We all got them. Opinions. Some of them doesn't make a lot of sense, but for whatever reason, it just hits us a certain way. And they can be strong, and that's what we want to hear right now. Text them into us, 877-979-WRMF. What is your random, strong opinion? One person texted in, they said, there is absolutely zero justification for normal, everyday family cars to be able to go over 80 miles an hour.
What if there's a tornado?
Yeah, what if I'm late for work?
What if I'm murdered?
What if I'm late for work? The justifications for going 100 miles an hour.
Well, 100 is pushing it, but I like to ride right around 82.
I'm such a wimp now. I start to get nervous if I am past 75. I'm like, whoa, speed demon, what are you doing?
You got to get you an electric car. Mine just glides, and I look down. I don't even feel like I'm moving, and I'm going 82. I'm like, oh, damn.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of work. I have to sell my Jeep, then I have to go down, find an electric car, and it's too much.
It is kind of insane how fast some of our cars go. When it is technically, if it went that fast, it would be twice the speed of our highest speed limit.
Is there a speed limit you go to where you hit, you're going, all right, Kev, this is a little, what are you doing?
90.
90s where you kind of feel
What
like.
am I doing?
Yeah.
The other day, I was on I-95. It just, I don't know what was going on. Everybody's driving crazier than normal.
95 on 95.
What I do, I drive to survive. That's it. I'm looking, I'm always scanning to see what's going on, and I'm driving at a speed where I feel like I'm not going to get run off the road. And I was hitting 85, 90 miles an hour, and there were cars passing me like I was standing still.
Damn.
I'm like, what is this? Is so, South Florida is so insane to drive on. It really is crazy. I just can't even believe it. And people look at me like, oh, that guy's crazy. Look at him driving. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just trying to stay alive, y'all. I really am. And even going 90, I don't think I'm driving fast enough.
It's a race out there, F1.
Oh, my gosh. And there's no safe lane. There's no safe lane to get in anymore.
You're right. The right lane's not safe anymore.
No, because the people that drive, the really reckless drivers, that's what they do. As soon as they realize that the left is clogged up, it's actually almost more dangerous because that's where they come out of nowhere. You're just tootling along. I've done that. I thought it was going to be my strategy. You know what? I'm going to be a 2 right lane kind of guy. No, can't do that because that's where the craziest drivers come to try to get through. There's no lane that's safe anymore.
It's lawless.
It really is. So, yeah, that's what maybe this came from. People saying there's no justification for having normal everyday family cars going over 80 miles an hour. This person says art is like a joke. If you have to explain it, then it isn't very good. I think it's just a random thought. Okay.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know. There's some artists out there that gets a lot of shine, and when you look at their art pieces, you go, Denny's kid could have done that.
When I was in New York, we did a guided tour of MoMA, and we had this art expert lady. I mean, she loved art. She was so artsy fartsy. And she explained all these paintings to us, and I loved it because there's so many hidden meanings and so many different interpretations. And when somebody who knows what they're talking about breaks it down for you, it's spellbinding.
Guarantee she made up every story. The next group, she had different stories completely. Every time it's a different. You should have gone twice to see how many stories and paintings change.
You lie.
I'm telling you.
She's a professor. She wouldn't do that.
Okay. And that's what they do sometimes on those buses with the tour and the guys talking. Just starts making, that's where Marilyn Manson once lived. Yeah.
This random strong opinion says handwritten thank you notes are elite communication.
Oh, I love a handwritten thank you note.
It does show you care.
It's beautiful.
There is a value in that. Absolutely.
It is the way it should be done.
The problem is I do try to do that, but I write like a psychotic serial killer. So it looks like I'm giving them a ransom note. It's very hard to, what is he trying to say? I think he
Put
says,
the money in a brown paper bag.
Yeah, I'm trying to say I love you, not I want to kill you, I swear.
Why don't you just cut some of the letters out of a magazine and glue them all in? Like that, so you're not handwriting it.
That would be more legible than what he writes with that chicken scratch.
Boy, that is such an unsettling move.
Either way, you're going to look like a murderer. This random strong opinion says age can bring wisdom, but for some, It only brings entitled a-hole behavior and a bad attitude that they all then blame on the youth.
You're right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It can go either way.
You're right. You can get old and sweet and wise, or you can get bitter, old, and crotchety.
I think it's really one or the other. Either you gain wisdom and age, or you gain bitterness.
Or you can get sweet and old and not wise. I've seen that.
Oh, but sweet and dumb.
Yes.
Sweet. I would take that. Sweet and not completely a brainiac. Oh, anger and nastiness, especially mixed with being old, is not fun to witness.
It's scary. And I know people that are, going through it as we get into that age where now we have to take care of our aging parents. Some of my friends are dealing with parents that have like violent tendencies.
But were they
like they're kind of like losing it a little bit, but instead of going sweet like my mom, who's gone super sweet but not wise, they go violent and mean, and they don't know what's going on and they lash out.
But here's my question: did they always have that meanness in them, and just coming out in a different way?
It's coming out in a completely different manifestation of a personality they never knew in their parent.
That's scary. Imagine
it is so scary.
Kevin getting all old and mean.
That's the scariest thing to me about getting old. Like, you don't know which way you're gonna go.
Oh, you are gonna definitely make some bad decisions.
I wonder if that's something biological or if it's a mindset that you just let go unchecked.
Or is it something chemical, or is it something environmental, or is it something, like that big study came out saying living on a golf course is going to give you Parkinson's. Yeah. Like, I live on a golf course. Does that mean I'm going to get Parkinson's?
Well, I just know that the old people that I'm thinking of that are mean and kind of just nasty, they weren't nice people in their youth either. They were unpleasant. Right. So did them just getting older just kind of make it?
Yeah, I have not yet seen they were awesome and then one day they're just not.
I haven't seen that either. I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
Oh, I've seen it. I know people going through it.
Well, that's a rough way to be.
Personality flip. That's the thing that I'm most afraid of like the mental illness personality flip.
Okay.
That's scary.
Well, me and Kevin are scared of it too.
So you would flip nice then?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
you better hope.
Wouldn't that be awesome? All of a sudden, you're a sweetheart.
What happened to Virginia? She's so sweet these days. Mental illness.
I think you still got about 20 years of this.
Yikes.
But then, I could flip and be nice to you.
Oh, she's so sweet. She's so nice. What's up with her? Oh, it's her mental illness. Yeah.